to lose. This is the shit I don't, generational trauma I want to drop. And it comes out sometimes, and I'm like,
convert it by using, like, redirect your focus of anger in your perspective of view, right? So when you want to get the anger out, we got all kind of ways to get the anger out now. You can go to the gym, you can hit the heavy bag. If you want to feel somebody punch you back in the face, you can get in box 3 rounds of sparring.
Yeah.
You know, go into where they training these young boys for MMA. Yeah. You know, just to get the aggression out, because that's what the aggression there to protect the women.
Yeah, I know.
Because they got us so confused to who the enemy is, we attacking every motherfucker around. The closest motherfucker around you getting bit.
And I'm a person, if I fuck up, I'm going to be like, oh shit, I fucked up. But I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to explain myself, and I'm going to try and reason. And I found me and my wife in the last couple of weeks in a different mental, spiritual. I feel like we just hit another point where we were like, we just got over something. Where I even find our little connection in the last couple of days has just been, it's been like I had to almost divulge stuff about myself. She had to divulge, but I see stuff about her that I was like, you have to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a person, I feel things. And if I feel something's off, it's going to come out in some ways. So if you scared and you don't tell me you're scared or something's bothering you, I'm going to know. I'm not going to know what it is. I'm just going to know. And I'm one of those people, I always know when something's not right. Not in a bad way, but I was like, something's always telling me. And I'm getting better on understanding myself and recognizing it in other people, or recognizing it in myself. So it's kind of, I'm seeing this evolution happen in my face, but the feeling of almost like there's a disconnect. I feel good, but I'm like, something don't feel right, or I'm waiting for something, or I need to chill, or I'm getting this kind of message, and I'm like, okay, but you're not doing, you almost have to take the worldly shit that's happening here, and sometimes you have to really pause it. And I'm like, but I can't pause. I gotta work. I gotta make money. I gotta do this. But it's really telling me you gotta pause, or you didn't get over a platform. So you either need to get through that platform or that next step, or you need to just relax. And when I have you gearing up for, you're gonna go ahead. So
I always tell it like this: when you don't know what to do, that means don't do nothing. If you're supposed to be doing something, you'll know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So when you don't know what to do, be still. And then look around. What am I missing? You're going to see the path, because then you're going to all of a sudden know what you're supposed to do.
To be doing. Yep. Oh, man. You know, I must say, man, it's a lonely journey, but it's a beautiful place. Like, for once in my life, and I could sit alone, and I'd be like, damn, I never knew being alone like this, or just meditating, or being in this position of understanding self could be so good. And it's not
that's why we're here.
You know what I mean?
That's why we're here.
Really?
Look,
like,
yeah, that's why we're here.
I'm not even gonna, I gotta tell you this story quickly before we go, or whenever you're ready to go, but I want to get this one up with the Goddess Glow. So I was just talking to a couple of gentlemen outside of Feel Bitter and Conscious Award, and was kind of wrapping up. And so I just kind of, you know, when you do those like kind of head turns where you're like, is that her? Mid conversation, I was like, bro, I gotta go introduce myself. And it was funny. Before I left, I was like telling my wife, I was like, I know the Goddess Glow up. Sometimes she's at the beach, she's in Miami. I want to run into her. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know where her place is at. And I saw her there, and I was like, shit, I got to run into her. You know, although like I have no expectations of ever meeting people, but I was like, that was cool. But there was some creepy shit that was happening at that wards. There was a couple times I ran into people, and I was like, you look familiar. Or random people were coming up to me and saying, I look familiar. I don't mean to cut you off,
but the sister waiting on me.
She's ready to go in? All right.
Okay,
Thank
I'm
you,
about to let her in.
We'll talk again. Okay. One love, everybody in the room, man. We're going to do this thing.
Yeah.
All right, one love.
Yeah. And here's the special guest coming in. Yeah, so we go through the self-discovery Hey, how you doing?
Hi,
Butterfly mode.
how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How you doing?
I'm good. So good to see you. You have such a warm smile.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Thank you. Yours ain't so damn itself.
It's so good. Like it's like my first time seeing you face to face. We've been talking on the phone, but
Yeah.
it's so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. So, when I first came across the video of you and the ladies by the ocean, I think you was in California that year.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. So, when I first came across the video of you and the ladies by the ocean, I think you was in California that year. I had a flashback that was so vivid that I got cold to the bone.
You got cold. Tell me about it. Hold on.
So I had the flashback of a ritual that we used to do in the Mississippi.
Okay.
It's an old Oshun ritual that the Oshun priestesses used to do. The messages that come in on the river, right before they polluted it, was so clear to the women of the land that they would do their rituals in mass on the Mississippi River. And they would come from all parts of the land, and the men would escort them. We didn't live in teepees, but we took tents with us when we went camping. That's what we did. We had castles all over the land. They act like we just got here. We've been here for thousands of years. So the flashback was so intense that I was able to see so much intricacies of the ritual. And I say, if I ever get a chance, I'm going to ask her if she know about the rituals on the Mississippi. They was also duplicated in the Nile. They have bas reliefs on the wall of the women doing the ritual. And this is, they raise the water up in the moonlight, where it used to be the light of Lilith, the moon of Saturn, before they put this artificial man-matrix spaceship out here. And then the women learn how to use that too, right?
I think you,
but
go ahead. Finish talking.
Yeah, but that ritual is.
Go real deep with it.
Yeah, so that ritual came back to mind, and I said, if I ever get a chance, I'm gonna make sure that the sisters know that this is the things that the women used to do. Then healed women heal nations.
Yep, and that is why that's why we do the Goddess Glow Up. You know, it's a place for a woman to come back to the nature, come back to the ocean. You know, a lot of our ancient ways have been demonized. You know,
Yes.
Calling it witchcraft and evil, and you know, disconnecting women from their true power, from nature, from the feminine, because that's nature. It's divine feminine, and that's where our power is. But so many women have been afraid because of conditioning, because of so many conditioning. You know, we could go on a list of conditions right now. But I think that we're in a different time now, where women are more open to learning more. They want more. So whatever's been presented before or conditioned before, it's not enough anymore. And so what's happening, we're in a different shift. You know, women are seeking to go within. And this is the conversation that we're having now. You know, they're less afraid, and they are open to new information, open to medicine, open to taking trips into the jungle. You know, open to ancient practices for a deeper level of internal healing. And that doesn't mean that you discard whatever your traditions are. Doesn't mean that. If you decide that you want to keep those traditions or those religious practices, it's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm not, what we do at the Goddess Glow Up is we don't put anyone in a box. It's not a box. You come to heal. And you come to discover who you truly are. You come to discover the healing that lives inside of you. We don't heal you. That's the thing. And so it's a different message now, you know, because we all are healers. It depends if we want to awaken that. We all are priestesses, but are we going to take the responsibility to awaken that within us? And so this is what the Goddess Glow Up is about. It gives women an opportunity to awaken what's innate, what's natural, to discover who you really are, how powerful you really are, how you can heal, how you can heal from that trauma, how it doesn't have to dominate your life, how you can go and find peace at the water. You can get energy from the sun, you know? So these are the things that we've been taught that it's bad, it's evil, it's wrong. And times is changing. And so I want to just say thank you so much for you, because I had no idea, Rod. It's such an honor. That's why I'm blushing like this. I'm literally blushing. My cheeks are like bursting open, because I'm so thankful for you. And I had no idea all this time that you've been watching me. And this is our first time, our first live together. And you have been following and sharing my work all of these years. And my last Goddess Glow Up, like half the women came from you. And it wasn't that just half of the women came in from you, but their husbands. And this is how I knew that there was a shift happening, when the husbands were calling me. It was the husband saying, I want to send my wife here. I got emails from husbands. And that hasn't happened before. You know, so when I see that, the whole family wants to heal now. And I want to say thank you so much for that, because literally I got a message from someone, and I was in the middle of my photo shoot one night, and they were like, no, it was my son. And my son was like, look, Ma, you're going viral on this thing. I was like, okay, show me later. I got to finish this shoot. And then people started going. I was like, oh, this is, and then you did the whole YouTube and everything. And I was like, wow, this is really beautiful, because this happened during a time where I was on hiatus. I'm just now coming back to life, to the world. You know, I've been on hiatus for half this year because I've given so much to people. So I needed time to go and give back to myself, to restore, to renew, to die, so that I could be rebirthed again. And this is my first time, like, really coming on like alive with someone, you know, after 6 months of hiatus. And so it was such a blessing to know that my work was still being carried even while I was away. My work was still being shared while I was away. That was the blessing to me, because I was just, no one could see me, no one could hear from me, no one. And I said, okay, I listened and said, it's time to do the Goddess Glow Up. Okay, it's time. And I picked certain dates. I did readings on dates, and then there it is. You gave a reading on the dates, and you know, you did the work. I didn't even have to, there was no flyer, there was no promotion, very little. And the women, and they showed up. So thank you so much for supporting me in that kind of way. I feel very supported as a feminine woman, you know, and to have that kind of power of masculine energy come in and support and really stand by me. So thank you. So much gratitude, truly.
So in our culture, a lot of people don't remember, but when the chief is making the people aware that there are the shift coming, you have to show who's doing the work, what work are they doing, right? And why is this important to the community? I have to learn every doctrine that influenced the people on this land, right? And one of the things that sticks out is the building of a confraternity, a global family of like-minded people that want to see better for the collective. You know, when we try to do stuff for selfishly, we bring destruction to everybody, right? So when I have to point them to you as the woman that's doing the work that I remember our ancestors doing along the waters, because this cannot be a coincidence. This can't be an accident. It has to be a definite message, right? So I'm looking at the hieroglyphs and I'm looking at your video. I'm having this memory on the banks of the Mississippi. Women from all over the world come to wade with the women of this land every so many thousand years. That's how we end up becoming the great melding pot. Everybody knew this before they erased our memory. Now we know, because I'm telling you, I got my man back and I know who our people is. And I know who's doing the work, and I'm going to show everybody who's doing the work and what work they doing. We can't fight this fight from the same angle and expect to win. And so when I point them to you, the sisters know to support you, because the more sister support you get, the more the nations begin to unify. They begin to heal. Right? My big mama told my mama when I was a little baby boy, she said he gonna leave no stone unturned. He gonna get it all back. She wanted her daughters to have Earth back. So they conjured up a critical thinker, military strategist, ex-con that ain't had nothing to do but figure it out. So now I can come tell them, we back.
We back. We back.
For everything they owe. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna ask you some questions. I know.
Okay.
I know that you are coming to interview me, but I would like to interview you and just ask you just a few things.
It's called reciprocity.
Look at you smiling over there like that. Why you keep smiling like that? I'm
that's what what divine feminine do to divine masculine.
I know. I see you blushing, and I'm over here blushing. You're over there blushing. I just want to squeeze those teeth. I'm like over there like, I'm gonna kiss you. You know, I think that this is important, right? You see how I could just show you this love just like that? Mm-hmm. You know, you understand what I'm saying? I think this is important, that we can give love like this, that we could be in this place of like pure love. Just, you know, it's not a sexual thing. It's not a, you know, I'm not looking for anything in return. It's the energy of love. And this is what we need. You know, this is what we need between a divine feminine and a divine masculine. It's really the love. Can I just love you, brother? Can I just love you? Can you just love me?
The way I like to say it is, the way I like to say it is, I love you because without no reason. Yeah. I don't need no reason. No. There's no condition here. The respect for what you do and for who you are make my heart melt.
Well, you're making my heart melt as well, because I feel whatever you're giving to me is going right to my heart. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you're bringing over to me and I'm bringing over to you, this is the energy exchange. And this is what I believe is what's going to heal us. And we can have our heart open. This is what we need more of. We need to, we're in this really powerful energy right now. You know, we're in the energy of the new moon in Leo. It's a lot of light. It's a lot of fire. That's a lot of sun, right?
And it's 8 days after the 8 portal opening. Mm-hmm. So that's 4 8s. That's 2 seated queens. Mm-hmm.
The energy is really potent right now for us to be in a beautiful alignment of transformation, to be in a beautiful alignment with our truth. You know, with our truth. Who are we? What are we bringing out to the world? You know, what do we want the world to feel, to see, to witness? Who are we? And this is what, you know, we have an opportunity right now to begin new again, to start at a clean slate again, and to make a new contract, to make new agreements right now. If we really want to tap in, if we really want to, you know, get into this, the momentum of miracles. You know about that? The momentum of miracles.
Yeah.
Right?
Because it's the space you in. It's the energy field that you in. Mm-hmm. You can't do magic when you're full of hate.
No.
Because you carry in the darkness, but when you're full of love, you're full of light. And when you're full of light, you awaken your light body. Because the physical body can't contain the light of its own accord.
Yes.
Right? So they say, let your light shine in the world. Mm-hmm. So you letting your light shine in the world, I'm just letting you know I see it. So they got this thing they do in Japan, right? where they go out on the dock and they hold a lantern up to let the fishermen know where the dock is when they coming in at night, right? And that's became a spiritual practice over time. So even when the fishermen stop fishing, they still go out and hold up the light because somebody gonna have to find their way back home.
Yes.
Right? And the healed ones are the broken vessels, and the broken vessels shine the brightest in the dark.
Woo! Say it again, brother. The broken vessels. Say it one more time for the people who may have not heard that clearly.
The broken vessel is the vessel that shines brightest in the dark.
Ooh.
And the strongest ones have to carry the most weight. And the one that know the way got to take the lead. That's matriarchal orders. That's not the structure of man. That's the nature of nature. And they call her Mother Nature because she Big Mama. And she loves all the kids just the same. She don't care what you look like. She even like the little ugly ones that we make fun of.
She welcomes everyone, no matter who you are. You could be the lowest of the low. You've done the worst deeds. She
still see the good and the worst of us.
That's what I'm trying to say. So like when we think about the ocean, this is why the ocean is so powerful, right? When we think about the energy of the ocean, that's why it's so important for us to return to the ocean. When we come to the water always receives us. She always opens to us. It doesn't matter who you are. She does not discriminate. She's open, abundant, ready to receive you, ready for you to fall into her embrace. And that's the thing. And so, we have to open so that we could accept the invitation to come back to the mother. It's always an invitation, but are we accepting the invitation to go back to the mother? Doesn't matter what you've done. But some people feel like they're not good enough, or that they have sinned so much. They've made so many mistakes that they're not worthy of healing. They're not worthy of love. And that's ego. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. We have
some of these men love their mama so much they trying to be her. They don't even know that.
You said what? Some of these men what?
Love their mama so much they trying to be her. And that's disgracing her at the same time.
You said a word right there. I don't know if they really caught that word, but you definitely said it.
Yeah. You can't be your mama. You have to be what your mama would want you to be as the best gender you are. This is social engineering that has these children with these confused minds and insanity normalized by the social media and the media at large. This is not our culture. Our culture is teach everybody to be yourself because God made you the way he meant to make you or she meant to make you, however you see God. When you born how you supposed to be born. But the social engineering has convinced your ego self, the world that the self that the world told you was, and you believed it without question. So they told your ego self that you wanted to be a woman when you grow up. Your ego self, being all of the things you accept about yourself that you never question, right? If you're supposed to have been born a girl, you'd have been born a girl. Ask your mama, she created you. She didn't say, I want a girl in a boy body. Right? Now, sexual preference is a whole nother phenomenon. Two grown people got a right to do whatever